the challengers. They are the team of Dylan Devine, Matt Ecstatic, the Fit Club.
Soaring in right from the Flying Pie Pizzeria, here comes the Fit Club. Dylan Devine back in the WCWC with Matt Ecstatic, and they have an opportunity to become tag team champions for the very first time.
Flying in with my pizza, what are you talking about here?
They're flying in from one of Flying Pie Pizzeria's numerous locations, including Lake Oswego, Southeast Portland, Issaquah, Milwaukee.
I thought he stole my pizza again.
He probably did.
You might want to go check in the back.
Looks like he's eating a few.
But Devine is back, and these two have the tag titles in their focus.
And introducing their opponents. They are the WCWC Tag Team Champions, Damian Drake, Mikey O'Shea, Fight and Fly.
As the tag team champions make their entrance, their popularity continues to grow here in the West Coast Wrestling Connection as Mikey O'Shea and Damian Drake look to take on their next challenge.
Tag team titles once again, baby.
I feel like these guys have really, we talked about it a couple, not too long ago, but really coming into their own as a tag team. They're gelling, they're really playing to each other's strengths. They've become dominant in a division full of dominance. You've got teams like the Bonus Boys that are on paper almost unstoppable, and the addition of Gangrel and Stone Hendricks. But so far, Mikey O'Shea and Damian Drake, Fight and Flight, have answered every challenge. Will the Fit Club be any different?
As here we go, as they try to attack before the bell, and O'Shea and Drake won't have it on their watch, as Devine gets sent to the outside, as Mikey O'Shea laying into Matt Ecstatic again. The bell is yet to sound. This match has not officially begun, and O'Shea, the suplex assist with Drake, takes down Ecstatic. 1, 2, oh, and in nearly record fashion, retaining the tag team titles.
Nearly doesn't mean they got it though, does it?
They did not, but they are in control to kick things off here. Drop toe hold right into that middle rope. Step up enziguri right there by Damian Drake, as these two look like a well-oiled unit in the opening minutes here.
Well, there's been a little bit of some hiccups between Dylan Devine. Oh,
2. And Devine's able to break it up.
a few little hiccups between Dylan Devine and Matt Ecstatic early in this. We've seen Matt Ecstatic in singles competition recently. It's been a while since we've seen Dylan Devine.
And Ecstatic has had some success in the singles ranks. And you wonder if Dylan Devine coming back into the fold, if they will be able to pick up right where he left off. As O'Shea laces in with that knife edge chop, ring all throughout the camp with the Armory.
Our second of 3 championship matches on this episode right now, and Ricky Gibson with a little help from his friends, successful in his title defense, as expected.
Julian White with the opportunity of a lifetime tonight in our main event as he takes on Darren Corbin for that Pacific Northwest Championship. As there's the low bridge, and O'Shea tumbles all the way over the top rope to the arena floor, and you see, gentlemen, clutching that left knee. Serious damage may have been done, and Dylan Devine not allowing him to get up as he continues right on the attack. As the referee preoccupied in the corner there with Damian Drake, and Devine continues to go to work there on the Irish Juggernaut.
I don't think anybody saw Mikey O'Shea favoring his knee down there. Dylan Devine didn't attack it, and Matt Ecstatic not going for it either.
Lateral press, only a 1 count, tries to hook the leg. But the size of O'Shea, regardless of how much weight he loses, Morty, continues to be a force to be reckoned with in the West Coast Wrestling Connection.
He's a big guy, he's talented, not my favorite guy, but give the guy credit. He can work his behind off in that ring, and opponents should be nervous when they wrestle with him.
As Devine.
Did I just say something nice about Mikey O'Shea?
You did, and I did mark my calendar.
Do I have a fever?
You very well could.
Enough to have a medical professional check that, because I'm not going near it.
You're darn right you're not.
As there's the tag right into Matt Ecstatic, as these two have cut the ring right in half and keep Mikey O'Shea isolated on the Fit Club side of the ring.
Fit Club, former tag team champions many, many years ago in the West Coast Wrestling Connection. Love to get their hands on that gold once again.
I think that last chop hurt Matt Ecstatic worse than the one who was being chopped, Mikey O'Shea.
Very well could have. Tries to pick him up for the scoop slam, but O'Shea just too big and strong to get him up and over. Goes for the elbow, misses, as Ecstatic here tries to exploit that opening. And a big kick right to the back. 1, 2. And Ecstatic once again looks for the tag to Dylan Devine. And you have to hand it to the Fit Club, working very well together, keeping O'Shea at a 2-on-1.
Took him a couple seconds to really start gelling once again. I brought up earlier there were some hiccups, but that seems to have completely passed. Firing on all cylinders. Matt Ecstatic is so quick.
Tries a cover, can't get it to go. But you alluded to them being former tag team champions about 5 years ago. Many, many miles traveled for Dylan Devine and Matt Ecstatic. Since that initial title run, a lot of experience garnered since they first debuted in the WCWC.
And a lot of pizza.
That's an understatement, especially when you're talking about that man, Dylan Devine. I don't care how many times he goes back and forth on the ab wheel. He still consumes the pizza.
Mostly Morty's pizza, it seems.
But that's not right. We're supposed to be friends.
Might need to have some words with them after this matchup, but they very well could be celebrating a tag team title win. As the Irish whip into the corner, as Ecstatic sends Devine in, drops down, a little poetry in motion. As look at these two. There's an STO by Devine, takes out O'Shea. We might have new champions. 2, a brief hesitation as the referee wants to make sure O'Shea's shoulders were down, and that might have just cost the Fit Club the titles.
That's possible, but it's good officiating on the part of the. It's important to make sure that it's flush. That would have been a disservice to Mikey O'Shea had he done otherwise.
We have seen some issues with the officials here in the WCWC getting the brunt of the punishment in recent months.
And counting awfully slowly at the most inopportune moments.
As Ecstatic tries to keep on the advantage, but O'Shea trying to fire back. Desperately wants to get Damian Drake into the matchup. As Ecstatic showing off those strikes. Off the ropes he goes, right up into the spine buster.
Incredible hang time. Matt Ecstatic must have been floating in the air for what seemed like an eternity just to come crashing down.
As Ecstatic looking for Dylan Devine, and O'Shea is tagged in Drake. And the everyday superhero living life by day and serving justice by night looks to take over. The Irish whip into the opposite buckle by Devine. He follows him in. The big kick to the face there by Drake creates some separation and throws that shoulder right in the midsection. From the outside in, goes for the sunset flip. And that big running knee right to the jaw, 2. And Ecstatic's able to break it up. There's O'Shea, goes for the clothesline. Ecstatic with the super kick. All 4 men are in right now. I do believe Devine and Drake are the legal men. As the referee trying to get Ecstatic out of there. Off the ropes. And O'Shea's going to pull him to the outside. The Irish juggernaut. Evening the odds right now.
Referee getting an assist from one half of the tag team champions. Ab wheel in play.
There's the roll up. The referee's distracted. 1, 2, 3. And the champs retain.
Here are your winners and still WCWC Tag Team Champions, Fight and Fly.
So O'Shea and Drake continue to stay on the same page and pick up a huge win, retaining the titles over the Fit Club.
Great effort. Hey, excuse me for a minute. I got to go back, check in with the board of directors.
Oh, yeah, sure, right.
Jeff Aiken needs to step away. Possible important information regarding the #1 Contenders title tournament. When we come back from commercial break, our second #1 Contenders matchup. But before that, we will hear words from one of those participants as Hammerstone is standing by. I'm without